I would say the government incentivized, like Congress does, right? They use the code to incentivize capital to flow to different areas, right?
Sure.
So these incentives were put in place 4 or 5 decades ago. And really, if you're old enough like I am, you'll remember that 25 years ago, the United States is producing maybe 3 to 5 billion barrels a day of oil. So the United States consumes around today, it's about 22 million barrels a day. But, around that time, it was 20 million barrels a day. So the United States was so dependent on foreign oil or foreign imports for a very long time. So if you're old enough to remember the 70s where we had the oil embargo and long gas lines. So Congress has put in incentives in the code to get capital to flow to the development of hydrocarbons in the United States. And they just have never changed them. And so from a audit standpoint, there's tons of case law on these types of tax benefits. They've been around forever. They get kicked around every 4 years in Congress, like if they're going to take them away, but they don't, they just never have done that. So they're old standing laws that have been around, and there's 2 primary ones that are specifically for oil and gas. So I would say the reason why the government put it in place was to get capital to flow to the development of hydrocarbons in the United States, because we were just so dependent on foreign oil for such a long time, really until not the last two decades ago when the oil and gas industry changed with the development of what's called horizontal drilling and fracking technologies that really opened up a bunch of new basins.
Investing in oil and gas has been one of the longest standing tax-advantaged approaches that you can take as an investor. And as Steve just pointed out, Congress has unsuccessfully tried to roll back some of these advantages over the last several decades, but it never seems to pass. So if you've been searching for tax-advantaged investment strategies, probably check out oil and gas.